Ever wonder what it takes to be truly successful, to take your career to that next level, to break through to the pinnacle of success, to be at the top of that mountain peak? Well, today we're gonna find out, because we're here at Yogesh Mehta's house. Life here in Emirates Hills is very, very tough. Firstly, you have to make sure you hire the right person to look after your Bentley. And then the gardening itself can take days and days, let alone taking care of your mansion. And we're gonna be looking at how we get you one of these.
This house was a piece of land as we came in 2003, many, many years ago. And we had this piece of land and we had a dream to make this a very, very comfortable, warm, and loving home for the family.
This is truly a beautiful house, if you can even call it that. It's more of a mansion. But when you started, you didn't even have the house, you just had the floor.
You mean that when I started my life, I started sleeping on the floor and then got where I was. Is that what you mean?
Yes, I mean, there was a point where you lost everything. You were married, you had a young child, you didn't even have enough money for a place. You were living on your friend's floor of his living room.
Well, life did begin then in 1990, where I came to my friend's house, and as I always say that he had a small home and a big heart, and he opened his home to us, and all he had to offer us was that floor. And my wife and I and our young son, Rohan, slept on the floor, and that's how we all began.
You were so broke, you didn't even have enough money to cross the creek. You had to walk through the Shindiga tunnel.
I was running out of money, and I was thinking, well, it's cheaper to walk rather than pay the 25 fils to the Abrites, it's called the boat. And I thought that, I'll save that money. And I thought that this walking would clear my head, and I could think more and more about my career. And as I walked, and well, those were tough times, Shane. They were very difficult times, and every money I had helped to run my house. For me, it was do or die, make it or break it. My child was growing, my wife was getting frustrated, I was getting nowhere. So I thought that was a good time for me to give it my all and begin from scratch.
We are here in Petrochem's Jebel Ali Port Terminal. It's a $33 million facility and one of the largest in the region. They're #1 chemical trader in the Middle East and Africa, and they're in the top 20 worldwide. And this facility is where the majority of the action takes place. People may say Yogesh is lucky, but that's not necessarily the case. The truth is that this business was built over the last 18 years. It doesn't happen overnight.
For us, the chemical business, the art is in the mind. And whilst my family was, and they were doing the chemical business, I don't think that you can do this just because your family is in the chemical business, so you should be doing the same business. Those times have now changed. You need specific education, which means you need a skill set. If you are in the chemical industry, you need to know about the dynamics of the chemical industry. Just like in any business you just can't do it because your family did it and so you're going to continue. You can't really. Times have moved, they become more modern, more fast-paced, and you must have a skill to do your business.
More and more people say be passionate about what you're doing. And I don't necessarily buy into that, because when you start the work and you're at the bottom, there's not a lot to be passionate because the work is tough. Is passion overrated?
Absolutely overrated. You can't.
Absolutely overrated.
Because I think that, my passion is to be a painter. But really, it's going to make money. I wanted to be a musician when I was younger. And imagine what musicians earn other than Michael Jackson and Justin Bieber and these kind of guys. How many are there? 1 in a billion even? You need to start simple. If you want to make a career to make money, you should have a skill set. With the skill set, as you improve your skill set, you will be passionate about the work you do. If you're very good at what you do, you will definitely be passionate. So then it becomes intermingled, that passion and good work is the way to go. Yes, you should love what you do. You should like what you do. If you hate what you do, you can't hate yourself to go to work. How are you going to live your life?
It's starting out in your career is just like this gravel. It starts with nothing. And then from it, one step at a time, you rise up out of the ground, out of the ashes, just like Yogesh Mehta built the largest terminal storage capacity in the region. Persistence and determination alone are the most important things in your success story. Nothing can replace these two elements. Talent will not. There's nothing more common than unsuccessful people with talent. Education will not. Genius cannot replace persistence and determination. So when we look at Yogesh Mehta's success, it boils down to his determination, his willingness to never give up no matter how tough it got.
In frustration, you think many times, I want to tear my hair out, I want to shout my lungs, I want to bang my head on the wall. Or I go through those motions almost weekly. Bad days, can be described as things not going your way, markets not going your way, positions in products that you've taken which don't go your way. Sometimes you have a grand plan and you think that it's all going to work and it does not work. And the thing to safeguard with successful people is that they are used to success. They're used to saying, I'm going to do this, and they think that they're going to succeed. But really, can you succeed every time? Self-belief is the most important thing that you can ever have in order to succeed. And I think that today, in today's world, that is missing. People want instant gratification. People want quick fixes. And quick fixes means they've lost patience, they've lost focus, they've lost motivation. You see any successful person, rags to richest people, one thing that is their drive is their motivation. It is their will, and that's the will that you are talking about. And I think self-belief and motivation are an integral part for us to succeed, for anybody to succeed.
Yogesh came here with nothing more than the shirt on his back, and he built this up. But the question that I want to ask you is, how much change can you evoke in your own life in the next 5 or 10 years? The change could be metamorphic. The possibilities are endless, but it's up to you to get in the driver's seat and make it happen, just like Mr. Yogesh Mehta made it happen here.